I'm the rules girl, and this is Cutthroat Kingdoms, a game of area control, negotiation, and diplomacy for 3 to 6 players. In Cutthroat Kingdoms, players represent royal houses, fighting over territories, buying hirelings and mercenaries, and negotiating deals and marriage alliances, while avoiding the deadly plague. Almost anything can be negotiated over in the world of Cutthroat Kingdoms, including money, passage to enemy lands, and even the initial turn order, making a sharp tongue just as important as a sharp blade. The goal of the game is to win, and you win by amassing the greatest collection of coins, victory points, and gems, either by yourself or with one teammate as part of a marriage alliance. Your royal house starts off humbly with a unique Lady or Lord card with special abilities, a royal heir, a territory, an army of soldier cards, and some coins. On your turn, there are 3 phases. 1. The resource phase, where you collect coins, gems, and feast cards from your territories. 2. The action phase, where you purchase new cards, take over territories, and collect your dead. And 3. The event phase, where you draw and resolve one event. During the resource phase, for each territory you own, collect 1 feast card and either that territory's coins or its gems. If you have no territories, simply collect 3 coins. If you have a card that lets you blackmail someone, you may reveal it to collect one of your territory's income from that player instead of the bank, or 3 coins from them if you don't own a territory. The blackmail card returns to your hand for future use. After that, it's time for the action phase, where you may do these 4 actions in any order. 1. Spend up to 3 coins to acquire hirelings and/or mercenaries. 2. Conquer any number of unoccupied territories. 3. Attack any number of occupied accessible territories. Then collect the coins or gems from one recently conquered territory. And finally 4. Collect your dead, spending 2 coins to place all the soldiers in your dead pile back into your hand. To begin an attack or conquest, the territory must be accessible, meaning you only have to pass through your own or empty territories to reach it. If a region's not accessible, you'll have to negotiate with the player in your way to let you pass through. If you don't own any territories, everything's accessible. Now, you'll have to attack any military that's already there. Unless, of course, that player can negotiate her way out of being attacked. We'll cover the rules of deal-making later, but for now, discard a military card, either a soldier or mercenary, from your hand that matches the top color of your opponent's stack. The defender must discard a matching color military card from their hand, or the top card of their stack. Defending mercenaries are face down and susceptible to attacks of any color. The attacks continue until either the attacker gives up or all defenders in the stack are dead. Finally, to conquer the territory, place your house token on it, as well as your own stack of 1 to 4 military cards below the territory. Soldiers face up and mercenaries face down. After the action phase, it's time for the event phase. Draw and resolve 1 event card for the whole table. These events do all sorts of things, like bring prosperity or plague to your territories. The first event of the game, Welcome to Aurum, gives 5 coins to every player that immediately makes a deal with another player. Deals may be made at any time during the game, and while you cannot trade heirs, soldiers, territories, or lord and lady cards, any other in-game goods and services are fair game. Once formalized with something like a handshake, all deals are binding. Some events trigger a vote among all players. Each player gets 1 vote, with an additional vote for the player with the least money. If there's a tie for votes, no decision is made. With 4 more players, a royal wedding takes place roughly halfway through the event deck. All players have 3 minutes to openly woo the other players, and may get married by trading royal heir cards. These 2 players now win or lose as a team, combining their victory points together at the end of the game, and being able to defend each other in battles. Marriage lasts until the end of the game, unless one of the royal heirs involved meets a tragic end. Also with 4 more players, a royal feast occurs as the last event, giving players 1 last chance to score victory points or assassinate their rivals. Clear the territories and military cards from the table. Starting with the player who drew the event and going clockwise, players place any feast cards from their hand in front of any player, including themselves. Once every player's done this, players mix up the feast cards in front of them, then may play their taster hirelings to try and discard any poisons hidden amongst them. After that, it's time for the big reveal. All the victory points from food are kept for final scoring, but any poisons that weren't caught in time kill the royal heir in front of that player. And that's the game! After the event phase, it's now the player to your left's turn, and once all event cards are resolved, the game is over. Gain 1 victory point for each coin, doubled if your heir is alive, and single. Gain victory points from cards, 25 points for each full set of 6 unique gems, and bonus victory points for each set of gems with the same color. Married players add their points up. The house, or married houses, with the most points wins the game. Ready to play? Each player chooses a lord or lady, gaining that house's royal heir, house tokens, and soldiers. Collect and shuffle all event cards that correspond to the number of players, as indicated here, placing Welcome to Orem on top, the royal wedding in the middle, if applicable, and the royal feast at the bottom. Place the event deck on the board, along with shuffled hirelings, mercenaries, and feast decks. Shuffle the territories and draw 2, plus the number of players, distributing them around the game board. Players now vote for who the first player is. Let the negotiating begin! Starting with the first player and going clockwise, each player chooses a starting territory, defends it with 1 to 4 soldiers, and collects its income in coins. After that, the first player begins her first turn. Liked Cutthroat Kingdoms, but wants something a little less cutthroat? Try Unicornus Knights, a co-op fantasy game by AEG. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking it or subscribing to the Dice Tower for rules explanations, reviews, and more.